right, y'all, we are live. We are live. I'm gonna give us a couple minutes to let people come in. I'm like on here 2 minutes early, just so people can come in. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna light my candle. My Malicious Women Candle Co. candle. If y'all don't know, Malicious Women Candle Co. is like, oh my gosh, one of the best candle companies. Clean burn, amazing like message, and probably should have trimmed my wick, but I didn't. So this flame is just gonna be extra large today. But anyway, it's a really, really cool company, and I love what they stand for. And yeah, their candles smell amazing too. And you can like customize what they say on the outside. It's like all really funny. And then you can customize the scent too. So it's cool. Anyway, grab your candle, grab your journal, grab your Notion template. If you haven't, if you don't have the Notion template that I'm using today, there are two options that I can give you. One is just a monthly planner, and then one is like the actual full life dashboard that I use. I'll drop the link for both in case you want them in the comments. Where are we at, chat? All right, so can I pin this? All right, that's one of them. I wish I could pin two comments. I don't know if I can do that. All right, that's the monthly planner. So the monthly planner is just all 12 months. It's got the breakdown of your goals, your milestones, and then it has every single month, week by week, you can plan things out. You'll see the template. But there's the monthly planner, and then this second one is the full life dashboard, which is what I use. And it just has a whole lot of other options available there. So it's got, also, if you're watching the replay, I'll put these down in the description. But the life dashboard differs from the monthly planner just in the sense that like it encompasses everything about your life. It has a meal planner, it's got workout plans, it's got I don't know, business stuff. What does it even have on it? Like, I don't even remember. My brain. Okay, it's got a capsule wardrobe, it's got a cleaning checklist, project planner, habit tracker, financial planner, a book library, idea collection database. Like, it's really good. And it's so vast and robust that I can't even remember it. All right, so let's get started, you guys. Last time I did this, I went really long. I'm going to try to keep this a little bit more concise than I did last month. Also, to anybody who was planning on being here last week and wasn't able to because I had to postpone and reschedule for today, thank you for your patience. I appreciate your flexibility. Last week was crazy and just kind of like a mess. So I appreciate you being here today. If you're replay squad, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this is helpful. So grab your template if you want to, but if you don't want to grab a template, like just grab a blank sheet of paper, grab your notes, grab your journal, like wherever you keep track of your milestones, your goals, any ideas that you've been marinating on, just grab it so that you have it accessible to you. All right, let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Here we go. So last month I noticed that my like face was kind of in the way of some stuff. So hopefully like this week will be different. And also, let me put us on Do Not Disturb. If you were here with me last month, you know that this was kind of like chaotic a little bit because I'm still getting used to the live thing. This is my second time going live on YouTube. So we are still getting used to it and it's totally fine. All right. So if you are in the life dashboard, you're going to have this weekly planning section here and you should have your months listed out. In this weekly planning section. So, like, I have February, I have March. But if you have the monthly planner, let me pull that one up. What you're going to want to do is go to the Let's Make Magic Happen. And then we'll go into season 1 because that's where January, February, March breakdown is. So if you want to go into February for the reflection part, that would probably be the best place to start today. And then we'll go into March when we get into the actual planning. Okay, so I'm going to go in and open my February up. And we are just going to go down to the recap section of this. Again, if you don't have the template, totally fine. Just do this on a piece of paper or on your own blank Notion document, notes taker, whatever you're using. And we're just going to go through and answer these 4 questions. What did I enjoy most this month? What did I learn most this month? What could I have done better this month? And what do I wish existed or was possible to make this month run smoother? So I'm going to give us like 5 minutes to just kind of brain dump, journal on these different things. And I am still afraid to put music on. I don't know what YouTube's rules are. I know I need to do the research on it, but if you want to put music on in the background and just kind of vibe out for a little bit while we journal, go for it. I might be talking throughout this. I tend to do that. But if you want to go ahead and just start journaling on all 4 of these questions. Hopefully you can see the questions on the screen, but let me know in the comments if you do need, if you do need me to give you the questions. Here we go. Let me pull this over here. I want to be able to see your comments. Oh my gosh. You guys, the tech difficulties on this thing are hilarious, actually. Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully you can see this now and begin. Oh, also, something about these templates that I love is if I forget what I did this month, because I always forget everything, I can actually go back through my weekly plans and be like, what did I do this month? Oh, okay. I had a really good nail appointment. Oh, yeah, I forgot I had that conversation. Oh, I forgot I met with that client. Oh, I forgot I did this. Yeah, that just like kind of jogs my memory about what I did love this month. And just because I don't remember it doesn't mean I didn't love it. It just means that I'm probably overstimulated and I'm not thinking clearly or totally like in tune with what has happened in the past right now. So, I don't know if you guys could hear that siren, but here we go. I need to move this over a little bit, don't I? Nope, this way. There we go. Now I'm in the center. My mic just fell. All right. What did I enjoy most this month? Moving on to question 2. What did I learn this month? So, something I have been learning a lot about this month is detachment. I have been like going down this rabbit hole from this content creator. Her name is Margarita. I can't remember what her last name is, but I think it starts with an M. But anyway, she talks about detachment. She talks about anxiously attached women, specifically women. But it would benefit anybody who has anxious attachments. And there's all kinds of different attachments. There's anxious, avoidant, disorganized, and secure. I think those are the four. There might be more than that. But anyway, her like perspective on relationships and how to operate as a person who's always been anxiously attached in relationships is like blowing my mind. It has been really helpful for me, and I'm trying to navigate it because I'm like, what's the difference between being detached and being like F you? Like, I don't know how to be detached from like a person or a situation that like makes me emotional and not have to like put this guard up. Like, what's the difference between being detached in a secure way versus being detached in an avoidant way? And that has been definitely like my my big lesson that I'm learning this month and probably well into next month. I got her book. I've been like binging her content. So that is like a big thing that I learned this month. Um, I know something I could have done better was my workouts. I kind of slacked at the gym this month. Um, I'm not very good at typing and thinking and speaking at the same time. Um, but yeah, I didn't get to the gym a lot. I did at home workouts, but not as consistently as I would normally go to the gym. I still was like working out every day. Like I would get a walk in. My mom has a walking pad. If you didn't know, we're staying with my parents right now while my husband's deployed. So that's why I'm at my mom's house. But anyway, the habit, I guess, of going to the gym just kind of like fizzled out a little bit. My mom and I have this like very solid routine of going to the gym on Saturdays. So that was like non negotiable all month. But I don't know what it was. Like everybody was sick. My grandpa was in the hospital. So it was like this month was just weird. This month was long and hard. Anybody else feel that way? Like, was this month long and hard for anyone else? Because I swear, I never thought. Well, I guess we're not in this month anymore. We were in February. It's now March. Get with it, Tony. Don't make it longer than it has to be. Anyway, I could have done better at going to the gym. And I'll probably go back through and like add more to each of these sections, but just for the sake of time and like me talking while you guys are journaling, I just don't want to like, you know, take too much time writing my own stuff. And then what do I wish existed or was possible to make this month run smoother? So when you're thinking about this, like don't limit yourself by what is currently available to you or what you think is possible. Like, what do you wish existed or what do you wish was possible to make this month run smoother? And those are the kind of things that you can start to add to your goals list. And those are the things that we can start to break down and realize, oh, maybe this is a little bit more attainable than I thought it was. So when you are in this I desire section and you're thinking about what you wish was possible, whether it's to make this month run smoother or just to have had a better, more exciting month, like what do you wish was possible that would make next month better than this month? And those are the things that I would write here. And just, again, don't limit yourself to what you wish was possible. I'm trying to think. When I'm like on these lives, I feel like I can't fully drop into like my intuition of what I wish existed, or like my dreams, my desires. Trying to think back to like certain things that I've written down in my journal. I know something else I could have done better is I started getting back into meditating every day, but not always in the mornings. And I realized how much more impactful it is if I do it first thing in the morning, like right when I wake up, right when I wake up. No, nothing else. No going to the bathroom, no scrolling, no nothing else. Just immediately meditate. It makes a huge difference. I think I'm going to have to come back to the I desire. What do I wish existed was possible to make this month run smoother? I mean, maybe like a video editor. That would be cool. I've been thinking about that a lot. More dollars. To be honest, you guys, like we all need more money. I have something I want to write here, but I don't know if I should say it on here, so I'm not going to. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. How's everybody doing? Like, let me know. Let me know in the comments, what is something that you learned or something that you could have done better this month? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys also, because I don't know if you saw, I think it was the video I posted last week, but I'm actually going to be doing a new series where I break down people's goals and I give them an entire framework of how I would approach it and how I would break that down and how I would accomplish it, how I would go about executing on that goal and making it come to reality. And I'm going to be doing a YouTube series on it. So if you have things that you are working on, that you wish you could have done better, that you're learning about, that you're desiring, let me know what they are. And then if you're open to it, I would love to do an episode on that. And then I can kind of go through, and it's like a win-win. Like people get to see what the process is, people get to see how it gets broken down, and then you have an entire roadmap of how to get there for free. So, how cool is that? All right. Is everyone done with their recap? Hopefully. Once you're done with the recap, we're going to go into our monthly plan. Let me go back to my dashboard. And I'm going to go into March. I'm going to open March up, feeling good. The things that you wish you could have done better, or the things that you're like, I desire to have, those are things that you can start to add as goals, or as ideas. So, an idea that I might write for myself, and I've got my databases for my ideas, my milestones, my personal and my professional projects. I've got all of those linked within my weekly planner, my monthly planner that breaks down into weeks. I've got all those linked here so that one, I can plan for them, and so that two, I can be adding things in as I go through my month or as I have these reflections. I want to be able to add those things in. So, actually, maybe a better idea would be to go, I don't know why I keep doing that, back into February and then looking at, okay, video editor, like that's a good idea that I want to add into my ideas table. So I'm going to put video editor here. That doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to get a video editor. It doesn't mean that I'm going to start doing anything or having like taking steps towards that right this second, but it's something that I'm now adding to my database of things that I want for my life. Maybe I decide I don't want a video editor after doing some research, but this allows me to keep it in the forefront of my mind, because I think what happens is like we write down our desires or we write down intentions that we have for ourselves, and then like we just forget them. Or maybe it's just me because I have a bad memory, but like I forget so much of what I desire because I just start going through the motions of life. And then I'm like, oh crap, I forgot I wanted that video editor. This process that I go through allows me to never forget what my desires are. It allows me to like keep my goals and my desires in the forefront of my mind and not let them fall by the wayside. And I think that's what's so important about having a process that allows you to like constantly revisit these things, because life just happens and that's why we just let our things go and we forget about them. Okay. So going to the gym, meditating every morning, these are things, I guess meditating maybe not on my that's not in my goals. The gym stuff, I do have a goal that kind of relates to it. So I don't feel like there's anything else I need to add into here. But if you have stuff that you journaled on, make sure that you put those in the different categories so that you can then come back to them as we plan for March. All right, let's get into it, people. So, the first thing that I like to do before I even go in to start planning my month is I need to clean up all of these different databases. I need to refine them. I need to add more to them if I'm missing anything. I need to reprioritize. So, what I do is I go through each section individually, and then I will go and I will take each of those items and start planning them into my weeks. So, starting with ideas, I just added this video editor in here. I'm going to categorize it as a work thing. Most of my ideas have to do with work. Go figure. I'm like a workaholic. Okay. So, my video editor, the way that I have all of this like filtered is by the take action by date. So, what I like to do is give myself a day that I need to take action by. And this is more important for things that you're like actually working on rather than the ideas. The ideas, if I don't have a take action by day, I just know that either that's not something that I want to work on right now, I'm either still marinating on it, um, or I can delete it. Sometimes it sits there long enough that I'm like, this is something that I'm not really interested in anymore. So I'm just going to remove it from this list. So I won't necessarily need to go through and take action by a certain date for all of these, but you'll see me doing that in the milestones and the projects down here. So looking at each of these, I feel oops, like this, I'm not going to do anymore. I've kind of decided that as much as I love Notion and what it does, and I believe in it as a tool, initially I was thinking I'm going to just like become a Notion guru, and all I'm going to talk about on YouTube is Notion, and all I'm going to sell is like Notion stuff. But I don't think that that's like my niche or my thing. I think it's more like turning chaos into clarity, or turning overwhelm into organization, like that kind of stuff is really what I'm great at. And so while I love using Notion to get that result for people, I don't think that the point is I'm taking that off the list. um, I do though, like this Notion marketplace in Gumroad. I still do have some Notion templates though, and I still want to play with the idea of getting these in Notion Marketplace or on a platform like Gumroad. Gumroad is just basically another platform where you can sell Notion templates. So obviously, I had that to be due by February 28th, but that was not a priority for me. So maybe by the end of March, I'll do something with that. Um, and then everything else is just kind of like still marinating on it, right? Like I don't really want to do anything with this stuff. But the key here is not that you have to take action on any of the ideas specifically. You don't necessarily have to take action on these things right now, but if it's important enough for you to want to do something with it, or it's an idea that you feel like is inspired, write it down, because it may not feel like inspiring at this moment, but it might come back around. That inspiration might come back around where you're like, oh, okay, now's the time where this thing needs to be like birthed into the world, or I need to do this project or whatever. So always keep a running list of your ideas that you have. I think that's really important for us to do in our lives. Okay, moving on. Now we've got our milestones. All right, you can do one of two things. I sometimes will go back to my goals. I'll look at all my goals, and then I will go into each goal and I'll go through every single milestone within those goals. I think I did that last month on the live. I'm not going to do that this month because I feel like we're still so early in the year that I'll maybe review my goals on a quarterly basis and adjust them. If I don't want to do a goal anymore, or if I've had like a big struggle with one, then maybe I'll take it off the list. Or if there's something that I really want to add, I'll add that when I get the inspiration to add it. So right now, I'm just going through the milestones that are associated with every goal that I have going on right now. But if you want to go through and look at your goals, feel free to do that during this time too. Just look at what goals you have. If you want to add new goals, add them. If you want to take goals out because they're no longer relevant, take them out. Do you, right? Do you? With the milestones, I show everything that is due or has like a due date. That is like anything in the past up to current out to 30 days from now. So anything that either doesn't have a due date or is now until 30 days out is going to show here on my milestones. I have it filtered that way so that I'm not getting overwhelmed with all of the things that I need to get done in regards to my milestones. So I may have a whole lot more milestones than all of this, but I'm only looking at the ones that are currently applicable. Okay. So there are two things here that I did not get done. Um, okay, well, 3 actually. So the On My Mama dance, I still want to learn that. And actually today, if you follow me on Instagram, I was practicing. Okay, part of the On My Mama dance, if you don't know the On My Mama dance, like you should look it up. It's by Victoria Monet and she is amazing. But anyway, her and her choreographer, they broke down the entire choreography for both of the hooks, and I love it so much. And in my past life, when I was younger, I was a dancer. I still love to dance, but I don't really do like choreography anymore. I just go to the club when I can, which is not very often anymore. Um, so I have been like, I am so joyful and so happy and so just in my own, like, in my like highest vibration self when I'm dancing, when I'm singing, when I'm listening to loud music. Like that is when I'm just feeling my best. So I decided I wanted to learn these dances. But the funny thing was that there was this one part in the On My Mama dance where they do the heel toe. And when I was younger, I had this hip hop teacher who taught me to do the heel toe, but I don't think I learned it the right way because what I thought was the heel toe doesn't look like what the other people who are doing the heel toe, it doesn't look like that. So I'm like, okay, I learned this wrong, which is fine. I just need to relearn it, but like I couldn't pick up on it when I was watching the choreography in the On My Mama dance choreography video. So I was like, I need to figure out how to do the heel toe first before I can finish this. And long story short, on my lunch break today, literally today, I learned how to do the heel toe correctly. And I put the video out on my Instagram. It's really funny. You can watch that process of me learning it. But now I'm going to learn the full dance. So I'm going to change this due date to I can learn this. I can learn this by like next week. Let's say that. As much as I love choreography and dancing, I need like I really have to like mentally process moves. And so I watch a video over and over and over again. And once I get like the visual in my head, I can do it. But I can't just like follow along just watching the video and like doing the steps with them. Like I have to watch the video over and over again and then like I have it in my brain and then I can do it. I don't know if that's how other people learn, but that's how I learn. And then there's this other dance that I want to learn. So I'll put that one like 2 weeks after that because I didn't do either of them. I didn't prioritize that, but it's going to be prioritized this month. I need to do more dance videos. I like dancing. It's like just part of me and I really want that to be like shown through my content. Maybe not on YouTube, but on social media somewhere. Okay. 300 subscribers. What are we at right now? Does anybody know? Can anyone tell me? I think 296 the last time I checked. Let's see. 296. Okay, so this 300 subscribers, we're almost there. I'm keeping my due date as 228. Listen, sometimes things are overdue and they are just overdue and it's fine. I know that I'm still going to be doing things to hit that 300 subscribers. I changed the date for the learning those dances because I know that's something that I need to put on my to-do list. Like I know I need to do something extra to be able to make that happen. I know that I need to plan for those things. 300 subscribers, like that's going to come within the next day or two. And I'm okay with leaving my due date as my due date. I will change the due date maybe when I hit that 300 subscribers so I know like, okay, this is the day it happened on. But I'm keeping that as it is right now. That's just the way my brain works. But you can do whatever you want for your milestones. Next is I am currently in the process of reading the Creative Act. A lot of the milestones that I completed this month are already checked off, so they're not even on here. Just FYI. Like if you have things that you completed and they're still on your milestones list, like make sure you check those off and celebrate yourself, because a lot of the ones that, like, I finished a book. Did I finish 2 books this month? I might have finished 2 books in February, and then one was shorter than the other. And then I started the Creative Act, so I added that due date 3/15. And then I also was talking about that girl that I started following, Margarita. I got her book, The New Rules, and I haven't started it yet, but that is something I'm going to read. And then the other ones you see down here, these are just books that I'm wanting to read right now, and I don't know which one I'm going to read next. So once I finish the Creative Act and the New Rules, I will decide what book I want to read next. I don't like to box myself into things that I'm not sure, like, if that's what the inspiration is going to be. So that's that. Those are my milestones. I don't have to add anything else right now, but if you do need to add things, feel free. I'm going to show you really quickly. If you have the life dashboard, there's a goals section here. So you can add in all of your different goals, and then you've got your milestones listed. When you open up your goals, let's do our read 10 books one. Your milestone table should show everything that you have done and everything that you have left to do in that particular goal. So like my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I hit 200 this year. I hit 250. We're almost at 300. And then by 415, I want to be at 400. So you can see I've got like a lot more milestones to this particular goal, but these are all so far in the future that they're not showing on my month of March, because I just want to focus on the next month ahead. So if you want to add in new goals, you want to add more milestones, go for it. All right. Let's reopen March. Closing my milestones down. Now I get into my personal and my professional. Sorry, I just want to check the comments real quick. Give me a moment. How do I find you guys? What the heck? There we go. Okay. Just wanted to check. If you guys are out there, say something. Say something. All right. Moving forward. Professional to-dos. If you have a project planner, a master to-do list, now is your time to shine. This is where we get into the real nitty-gritty here. You need to, for the projects that you're working on, whether it be personal or professional. Oh, hi, Jenny. Hi. Yay, thanks for saying something. Okay, so if you are working on personal projects or professional projects, to do items, this is like the gold mine of, oh no. Are we still live? Okay. I don't know if that just paused, but apparently I have a social media time limit on my recorder that I'm using to do this live. And it was like, you're out of time, girlfriend. So I don't know if that just paused for you guys, but we're back. Okay, projects. The key to making project planning, to do lists, accomplishing anything, the key to that and making it sustainable, which is what I'm all about. Making it so that you're not burning yourself out, making it so that it doesn't feel like you just have a million things to do and you're so overwhelmed. The key to this is to track these things. The due date. And by due date, I don't necessarily mean the day that you have to like turn this into your boss or like have the project done, because sometimes that's flexible, right? Like if we went to paint our house, we don't have a due date. Like we could do it whenever, but when do you want to have it done by? Or when do you want to take action by? When do you need to do something in regard to this project or this to do thing by? Okay, so that's how I look at due dates. Status. Where is it at? Are you working on it? Are you blocked? Is it scheduled on your calendar? Where are you at? Are you delegating it? Is it on hold? Make sure you know what's going on in the status of it. This one, also so important. How much energy is this going to take you? Now, I can think of this in different ways. I mean, you could think of this in like lightning bolts. You could think of this in cups of coffee. You could think of this in like low, medium, high, whatever like works for your brain. But how much energy is it going to take for you to do a specific task? I am working on completely revamping what I offer. So, my freebie that I offer you guys, my paid offers that I have, my coaching, all of that is getting completely revamped. My website, everything. And so, that is like probably more than 3 coffees, but it's a really big task. And the reason why I track energy is because I need to know that if I'm working on this project on a particular day, I probably don't want to pair it with another 3 cup of coffee energy item. Like, I don't want to work on my offer suite and my Sustainable Sundays email series at the same time or in the same day, because it's just going to take too much brain power from me. I also know that I probably want to pair these on a day where I don't have a lot of meetings, because meetings I know take a lot of energy out of me. Even an hour long meeting or doing a live like this, like I can only have so much brain power before I start to just kind of like crash, and I don't have a lot of creativity left in me. I don't have a lot of like ideas firing. So, the reason this energy is so important is because it's going to help you during your planning process of like, what can I schedule on what days? I don't want to put these two things together. Sure, I have an 8-hour day, an 8-hour block of time. So maybe I could do 4 hours of my offer suite and then 4 hours of my Sustainable Sunday email. Sure, you could try, but once you sit down to do that second task, that second project, you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I think I should light a candle. Maybe I should make a cup of coffee. Oh, should I go change the laundry? Let me go see what Jimmy's doing." Like, you're going to be so distracted because your brain is just fried. It like has no capacity for the next big thing that you're working on. So set yourself up for that success, and set up the energy so that you can see, I can pair these things together, or I need to do these on separate days. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, yay. I love I love the cup of coffee visual too, Jenny. It is like really helpful for my brain. And that's the other thing with like having something like this, it's not just the words, right? Like working on it, not started, those are words, right? But I have that emoji there as like this visual cue. And for some reason, that's just really helpful to digest or like process. It's like easier to remember what these things mean or what it means for me when I'm planning. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think you get it. All right, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to update this stuff because as you can see, like my offer suite and my funnel updates, the last time I worked on that was on the 28th, but there's still more to be done. And within each of these, I have more breakdowns of like to-dos that I need to do. So I could always open up my timeline of what I need to do for this specific project that I'm working on. And then I could kind of decide how often or when do I want to work on this next. But I also could be looking at my calendar to see when do I have free time to work on this. So if I pull up my calendar for this week, let me see if I can make this bigger. Here we go. I'm going to do let's make this a 5-day week. That looks better. Okay. So if I look at this week, I mean, it's a little packed. Okay. I have been working pretty hard on this offer suite already. Like I've been doing a lot for the last several weeks. But I actually, if I look at my calendar, I've got something on here for the ebook, which is something that I'm going to be creating. So I can reschedule this for Thursday because I know that's when I'm going to be working on my ebook. And I could do it like I could do this both ways, right? Like I could look at my timeline and say, oh, okay, I need to write the ebook. I need to write the nurture email sequence leading into the ebook. And then I could put that on my calendar. And that's normally what I would do, probably. But because I'm doing this planning session with you guys on the Monday that I'm planning this week, I'm kind of doing it a little bit backwards. So what I would probably do on a normal basis is I would look at if you have a lot of items within a project. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. But if I have a lot of items that I need to do within a project, I'm going to look at that timeline first. I'm going to look at each of those items and then I'm going to say what my next date is that I'm working on that project. This is just how I do it. Let me know if that's making sense. But then there's other things like okay, my goal case study series. That's something that I'm not actually working on yet. I don't have anything in my timeline here. I have an idea of what I want to do for this, but this is something that I'm still marinating on. So there is nothing for me to be like, when am I going to work on XYZ tasks within this goal case study series? I just know that I need to eventually work on my goal case study series. So I might put this as, I don't know, maybe next Tuesday would be a good day. Tuesdays are a good day for me to get new ideas out or kind of do some research. So maybe next Tuesday would be a good day for me because I know that my week this week is already pretty full. So I'm going to put that for next Tuesday. Now, if I find out that like next Tuesday is crazy, then I'll just adjust it. But as I'm going through this process, I'm just putting dates that I think make sense to me for when I'm going to do this next thing. The goal execution playbook, funny because that's actually within my offer suite now, so I can delete this. This is like the benefit of cleaning things up. Sometimes you end up putting things under a different project, or sometimes you end up not needing them anymore. They're not relevant. Maybe you end up delegating them. So that's a good place to like mark it as delegated, and then it's off your list. Okay. Goal case study on my calendar. And I would say that one's maybe like a two coffee. I don't have a lot of one coffee things. Like a one coffee thing would be like send email to so and so, or call Jenny about XYZ project. Like the smaller tasks, I would say, are like the one coffees, the things that you can just do and finish. The three coffees are going to be things that are like super ongoing, take multiple hours, lots of brain power. All right. I think I've kind of beat the horse on that one. I don't really like that phrase. I don't want to say that ever again. All right. Then I get into my personal to-dos. And my personal to-dos really haven't changed much. I do, however, need to like add a couple things here. So my taxes, I've done my taxes, but what I need to do is I have to file one of them for some reason. My husband's in the military, and like we both have, I'm from Indiana, he's from Illinois, and then we lived in California. So it's like, I don't know, the way they make us file, because we're not in this from the same home state, like the military is just so strange. It doesn't even matter. You are not here to talk about my taxes. The point is, I have other things that I need to do for my taxes. So actually this week, let me look at my calendar. Maybe on Friday, I need to mail my taxes to Illinois. That's a one cup of coffee item. Like I already did the taxes. That's the hard part, right? That was probably a 2 cup of coffee situation for me. Um and then like this is an ASAP priority for me. And I'm not blocked anymore. I had that I was blocked because I needed my husband to send me his W-2s. But that's no longer accurate. So, I just need to schedule time on my calendar to do my taxes, to file them in the mail, just mail them out. So that's what I'll do on Friday. And then this day date with Remy. Remy is my son. He asked me, sorry, let me take a drink and a breath. I feel like I'm talking really fast. He asked me if we could do a day-long activity day in Indianapolis, where we live now, before we move. So if you don't know the backstory, my husband's deployed currently, and when he gets back from deployment, we will all be meeting back up and moving to Washington. Prior to this, we were in California. But we've been in my hometown since he's been deployed. So we've been here for like 6-7 months now. And so Remy has kind of like adjusted back to living in Indiana. I guess he doesn't really remember living in Indiana before. He lived here for the first 3 years of his life, but he's like, I just want to have a day where we kind of like enjoy the city and just do stuff around Indianapolis before we go. So we need to plan that. We leave in May. So I'm going to say that I need to like have this planned by the end of April. And you can see that just fell off my list. That's because I added a due date that was like further out than 30 days. So that's like the benefit of having the things out so far, is that until it becomes relevant for you to do something with, it's not even going to be in your brain space. I love that. It doesn't overwhelm me. It makes me feel so much better. Okay, take my mom and Mike to dinner. Mike is my stepdad. This is something that I want to do before we leave, because since they have been housing us so generously since we moved home for my husband's deployment, it's just been like, I'm just so grateful for everything that they've done for us, and I really want to take them out to dinner before we leave. So I want to do that probably somewhere in middle of May before we leave. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with May 1st for the due date. That way I can figure that out. Okay, and then enroll in Mail Connect and get a new military ID. You guys, I've just kind of accepted at this point that this is not going to happen until I get to Washington. So I'm going to put this as June 1st because I know we'll be there by then. And then that's all off my list. It is still going to reappear. And if I go into my personal project manager, I can still access all of those things. Like I can still go into them. I can still plan things for them. It's all still there. It's not gone forever. But it does help when I'm going into my weekly plans to not have to see all of that and filter things out that aren't actually relevant to right now. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. How we doing, guys? Let me know. Let me know. Hopefully you're learning a thing or two and this is helpful. Okay. I don't plan my entire month at a time. I go through all of this process of like reflecting, and then I go through and I clean things up, and then I plan my first week. And then each week, like on Sunday or Monday, I'm going to go in and I'll revisit the week again. So I probably don't have to refine my ideas, my milestones, professional and personal to-do items every single week. But each week I am going to come in, open week 1, open week 2, whatever week it is. And then I'm going to look at each of these databases and then populate what I'm going to do on Monday, what I'm going to do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So ideas, obviously, I'm not planning on my calendar because they're just ideas. They're just there to be ideas. A side note, if I decided that I want to get a video editor, let's say, I am going to move this to my my projects, my work projects. So that way, oops, not milestones. See how it got moved to my work, my professional projects? I would move it there. That way it becomes a project that I'm actively working on instead of just an idea. So I definitely move things from my idea to other sections, to either goals, projects, whatever makes sense. But that's why I don't use the ideas while I'm planning my week. All right. So milestones. The first one that I need to look at is this 300 subscribers. So Monday, something that's contributing to that is going live on YouTube. I'm doing that right now. Another thing is writing next week's content. And then also on Mondays, I write my Sustainable Sunday email, which if you guys aren't on the email list, I'm gonna drop the link for that right now. Let me grab it real quick. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. That link I just dropped gets you on the email list. So every single Sunday, I send an email that is like geared towards sustainability. And then it also gives you a free download for the Overwhelm to Action blueprint if you don't already have that. Super helpful 3-step guide to get you like out of that overwhelming feeling and into action. So anyway, on Mondays I write that, and then let's see. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good for today. And then Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday would be a good day for me to work on my dance moves. So I'm going to put dance. And then I'm also going to put upload short to YouTube. Shorts seem to be something that really like works for me to get more subscribers or more people like hearing about what I do in my videos and stuff. So I try to prioritize those throughout the week. Every Monday I post a new like long form video, and then throughout the week I do shorter form. So that's something that I'll add in there. And then I have reading. So one of my big goals is read 10 books, right? And I've got The Creative Act that I'm reading. That book is more of like a daily lesson. So I don't just sit and like read pages and pages of that book. It's kind of like the Bible, right? Like you read a passage or you get your inspiration and then you kind of digest on that lesson for a little while. That's how this book is. And so I'm not just like reading through that one. The new rules, though, I will be reading at the same time. So that's something that I'll read multiple pages a day. But anyway, my point is I don't actually put reading in my daily to-dos because I have a habit tracker here as well. And that has my 10 pages. So every single day, these new habits regenerate. And I can track whether I've read my 10 pages, whether I've drank my water, whether I've made my bed and meditated, and all of these different things that I want to do throughout the day. So I don't actually add in my goal or my milestone of reading these books. I don't add that to my daily plan. I just make sure that that's part of my habit. If it was something that I felt like I don't already have a habit of reading 10 pages a day, I might schedule it on my calendar. I might put it here in my to-do list just to have that additional cue, or if I need it to go on my calendar so that I really don't forget to do it, then I'll do that. For me, reading is just something that I do as part of my day at this point in my life. But if it didn't come that naturally to me, then I would add it to my calendar for sure. So just keep that in mind as you're going through this stuff. You can track things as habits, or you can track them as like to-do items through your day. Either way, whatever's going to trigger your mind most. Okay, then I'm going to look at my professional stuff. So my sustainable Sundays, I've already added that to Monday, right? And you can see that that was something I did today, this morning. But I need to revisit it and finalize everything on Friday. So I do all the drafting content on Monday, and then I revisit on Friday to finalize. So I'll clear this out, and then I'll put the due date to Friday. Perfect. And then my team building workshop I've got scheduled for tomorrow. I've got my offer suite stuff. We just scheduled that earlier to Thursday. So I'll put that in here. Wednesday is my team building workshop. Thursday, I've got my offer suite, write ebook content. And then I'm going to fill the rest of this in with anything that is not a project, not something I'm tracking ongoing. So like Thursdays, my son has basketball. So I'll put basketball practice. Maybe Friday I'm going out to dinner with somebody. So dinner with, you know what I mean? You just add in those things that are not projects, that aren't milestones that you're doing throughout the week. Now, you can totally skip this step if you want to and just do this directly on your calendar. You don't have to put it in these boxes or like these checklists. I am crazy a little bit, maybe. I like doing it this way because one, I get the satisfaction of checking boxes. I absolutely love checking boxes. It gives me so much pleasure. So I like having the boxes to check. Up here, everything that I add as a due date actually filters over to my calendar. I use Notion to track my projects, and then I use Notion calendar to plan out my days. So if you look at like my Sustainable Sundays email, that popped back up on Friday. And then I can drag this to whatever day or whatever time, I'm going to be working on that. So it will probably take me like an hour to edit that. And then I'm also going to be editing YouTube content during that time, my long form video for the following Monday, which is also over here. This is my YouTube video that I'm doing. It's called Stop Being Lazy. It's actually going to be a how-to, like a how to stop being lazy, not a command. Okay. So once you've got all of this added, you've got your due dates, you've got your updates down here. Oh, Friday, I definitely need to go to post office to mail taxes, right? Don't want to forget that. So I'm going through all my personal, all my professional, all my milestones, and I'm adding those in here. I maybe want to dance on Wednesday too. Maybe I'll just dance Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I could learn the dance by Friday at that rate, right? Okay, cool. So we're dancing 3 days this week. We're going to the post office. We're making our YouTube content, finalizing YouTube and email. And then this is just another layer of, I guess, ensuring that things get done. So if you don't have a calendar, or if you don't use like Notion and Notion Calendar where it just automatically populates from your project planner, I don't know if like Microsoft or Office Suite, if they have something like that where you can, plan projects and then have that populate your calendar. That would be cool if they did. I would highly recommend doing that because that is a game changer. But anyway, take these things and like dance, right? That's something that I totally failed at last month. I did not prioritize that. It wasn't getting on my calendar. I wasn't putting it down here. It was like I just thought my brain was going to remember to dance because I love to do it. And as much as we continue to have that thought process for ourselves of like, I love to do something, so I know that I'm going to do it. It just doesn't happen that way. Life always gets in the way of the things that we want to do, the things that we want to have. We have to be intentional. We have to be diligent about the things that we actually want to have or create in our lives. So I am going to have to add dancing to my calendar. And as unromantic as that sounds, as unspontaneous as that sounds, at least it will be getting done. At least I will have the fun, right? Like at least I'm giving myself the opportunity to dance because it's giving me reminders. It's popping up in my face every single day. It's giving me the calendar reminders, and then I'm going to actually probably most likely end up dancing at some point, right? So I'm going to add dance, dance, and dance. Why? Because that's the free space on my calendar. It makes sense. I don't know. I take Remy to school and then I dance. I get done with my team building workshop. I probably eat and then I dance. Maybe I should dance and then eat. Actually, you know what's funny? I recorded my episode today, so I can delete this. I'll dance tomorrow morning after. Look at that. We dance when we get home. We dance when we drop Remy off at school. That's what I'm doing this week. That is my new routine that I'm creating for myself this week. 30 minutes of dancing every single day. See how that works? We just kind of go through the process. We look at the things that we want to do. We start to kind of pencil them into like, oh yeah, Monday I'll do this, Tuesday I'll do that. And then you start to make sense of it on your calendar. Like, yes, this is perfect. This is going to work on this day. Yes, this is going to fit in well here. And then it all comes together. And then you can just set it and forget it. Like at this point, I know, except the post office. I didn't add that yet. Let me add that because I will totally forget that. Post office. Boom. And let's do that early in the morning too. As soon as I leave from dropping him off at school, like set yourself up for success. If you know that the mornings are a good time for you to execute on things, for you to prioritize yourself, or if you know that the evenings you have more energy and you have more time available to do the things that you want to do in life, or have extra time to like self-care or give back to yourself, like schedule the things when you're not going to find excuses not to do it. That's the point here. Okay. Boom. And that's what I do every single week, every single month. That is the process. We just go through, we look at everything, and then we plan it out on our week, pencil things in where it seems to make the most sense, schedule it on your calendar to solidify it, and then relax. Like once you have everything set, you can just relax. Like I'm trying to, where's the scenes window? There we go. Trying to go back to where it's just me. There we go. We get so wrapped up in this feeling of I have to always be doing, or I know that I'm missing something. Like there has to be more for me to do. I know that I should be doing something else. I should be cleaning the kitchen right now. I should be whatever it is. I should be working on this. I should be doing that. If you plan those things on your calendar, like let's say Tuesday, I need to do laundry. If I plan that out and put that on my calendar, oh, you guys can't see my screen anymore. Here I am typing like you can. If I put laundry on Tuesday and I put that on my calendar, when I'm trying to relax on Monday night, I can be like, you know what, Tony? You don't have to worry about that until tomorrow. Don't worry about that until tomorrow. You have a plan for that. So it just helps you like be able to take a breath and not have to worry so much about forgetting something, missing something. What was that idea I had? What was that goal I was supposed to be working on? What is that project? Oh, shoot, am I forgetting something? Like this process just makes it foolproof. And I know that I've been kind of like going through this slowly and explaining and over explaining probably and maybe complicating things a little bit. But the more you do this process, the faster and easier it becomes. This takes me all of 10 minutes on a Monday or a Sunday night to do. And I just easily am able to go through, boop, 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 fix things, add new things, pencil things in, make sure it's all set on my calendar and that things are lining up correctly. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. So the more you practice this process, the more you have like a system for it, and just kind of, I don't like the word force, but like condition yourself to make this a priority every single week, the easier it's going to become, the more natural it's going to be. And the more you're going to see that acceleration of like, oh, I'm getting so much done. I have so much more brain space. I have so much less like I don't even know if that makes sense, so much less overwhelm in my life. You know what I mean? It just feels so much better. Anyway, all right, that is the process. I actually need to go get my kid now. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope this was helpful, actually, more than anything. Um, I hope you learned a thing or two. Oh, hey, Humble Viewpoint. What's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. I don't know your actual name. I always just have to call you Humble Viewpoint. Hopefully that's okay with you. But if you care to share your real name, I would love to know it. Um, yeah. So that is all for today. I gotta go get my kid and Dave. Okay, hey Dave. What's up, Dave? Now I can call you Dave in my comments. It's so cool to like have, you know, you here and people here like actually speaking back to me. I love creating these YouTube videos, but going live is cool because you guys can actually like say things to me. Um, yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today, you guys. And I don't know if you guys can see the links in the chat, but make sure you at least get on the email list if you're not already. If you do want either of the templates that I shared today, those are on my website. I will also share the direct link to those. My website is balancedbusinesscoach.com. Super simple, balancedbusinesscoach.com. These are all the links. I'm just posting them again in case they aren't there for you from the beginning of the chat. I don't know when you guys joined. So those are the links. The replay will be available as soon as this is over. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'll be back next Monday with another video. And we do this every single month. I'm still obviously getting into the flow of this, and I'm hoping that like they will become faster, or I'll be able to evolve them a little bit as we go over time, or like they'll become more interactive where we can really like break down your personal goals. That's what I would really love to do, is like have you, oh hey Tony, you know, here's my goal, help me break this down, or like how do I make this work for my schedule. Like I would love to workshop those kind of things during these lives. So if that interests you, keep coming back, and we'll do that next time. So okay, I'm done talking, and I love you guys, and have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Let me figure out how to end this live. There we go. Okay, bye.